"Father, I want you to know that my feelings for him are so strong. Whether others see him as mad or not, it doesn't change how I feel about him. I am determined to marry him, and I won't let anything or anyone stand in my way. Once upon a time in a lively city, there lived a remarkable woman named Kioma. She was the cherished daughter of Chief Obi, a wealthy and respected man, and his kind-hearted wife, Ada. Their home was a place of luxury and warmth. Kioma, with her bright smile and clever mind, caught the attention of many suitors. The city buzzed with tales of young men asking for her hand in marriage. But Kioma, wise beyond her years, gently declined their advances. "I'm still exploring the world," she'd say with a twinkle in her eyes. Chief Obi, with his wealth and wisdom, watched over Kioma with pride. "My daughter is my priceless jewel," he'd declare, beaming with affection. And Ada, with her loving nature, guided Kioma with tenderness and care. Yet, the suitors persisted, each one more determined than the last to win Kioma's heart. They showered her with gifts and compliments, hoping to win her heart, but Kioma remained steadfast, knowing that true love takes time to blossom. As the days passed, one suitor named Bola stood out from the rest with his quiet persistence. While others clamoured for Kioma's hand in marriage, Bola simply enjoyed her company, never pressuring her for commitment. Kioma admired his patience and understanding. She found herself drawn to Bola's gentle demeanour and genuine affection. Unlike the others, he never sought to rush her into marriage. And so, with a smile on her lips and a flutter in her heart, Kioma agreed to go on a date with Bola. Their time together was filled with laughter and joy as they explored the city hand in hand. Kioma felt a sense of ease and comfort with Bola, knowing that he respected her wishes and cherished their connection. 6 months into their blossoming relationship, which also happened to align with Kioma's 30th birthday, Bola decided to pop the question. With a ring in hand and hope in his heart, he knelt before Kioma and asked for her hand in marriage. But to his surprise, Kioma kindly declined his proposal. "Why didn't you accept my proposal, Kioma? I thought you said you loved me," Bola exclaimed, his voice tinged with anger and confusion. "Yes, I do love you, Bola, but I told you from the beginning that I was not ready for marriage yet, and you gladly accepted," Kioma retorted, her face flushed with frustration. "Are you serious right now, Kioma? Do you even look in the mirror? Don't you know that you're getting old?" Bola shot back, his words laced with bitterness. "Enough of your nonsense, Bola. I've had it. In fact, I'm done with this relationship," Kioma declared, her anger boiling over as she stormed away, leaving Bola standing there, stunned and regretful. The following day, Bola gathered his courage and went straight to Kioma's house to explain everything to her father, Chief Obi. With a sense of unease weighing on him, he recounted the events of the previous day, hoping for understanding and guidance. Chief Obi listened with concern as Bola shared the tale of Kioma's rejection and their heated exchange. "What is wrong with my daughter? I thought you guys loved each other," Chief Obi exclaimed. "Don't worry, my son. I will talk to her when she comes back," Chief Obi reassured Bola, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it," Bola replied gratefully as he left the house. Later that evening, as Kioma returned home from work, she was met with her father's stern gaze. "Kioma, please, sit down. We need to talk," Chief Obi declared firmly, with a disappointing voice. Sensing the gravity of the moment, Kioma sank into a chair, her heart heavy with guilt. "I've heard what happened from Bola. Can you explain why you treated him so poorly?" Chief Obi questioned. "I just wasn't ready for marriage, father," Kioma replied softly, her voice barely audible. But that's no excuse for your behavior, Kioma. You deeply hurt Bola with your words, Chief Obi scolded. When Kioma noticed her father seemed to be taking Bola's side, she felt determined. But father, you know I've always been honest about not being ready for marriage, she said, feeling frustrated. Chief Obi's expression softened a bit, but he still looked worried. Kioma, I understand where you're coming from, but you must also think about how others feel, he said, sounding concerned. Feeling determined, Kioma stood her ground. I know, father, but I can't rush into marriage just to please others, she insisted. Chief Obi let out a heavy sigh, showing his frustration. But Kioma, you're our only child, and we want grandchildren to carry on our legacy. Kioma's determination remained strong. I heard you, father, but I need to follow my own path and make decisions that are right for me. Feeling exhausted, Kioma then expressed her need for some rest, leaving her father disappointed and saddened by their conversation. The next day, Bola stormed into Kioma's office, his face showing he felt sorry. Kioma, I'm really sorry for what I said. It was wrong, he said, sounding regretful. But when Kioma said she still wanted to end their relationship, this made Bola got even more upset. If I can't be with you, then no one else, he shouted, sounding angry and hurt. He slammed the door and left, making Kioma feeling confused and scared. One night, Kioma returned home late from a friend's party, only to be met with her father's boiling anger. Kioma, I can't take this nonsense attitude of coming home late anymore. I've warned you severely, he shouted furiously. I don't think you can continue to stay in my house anymore. It's high time you got married, he exclaimed angrily. Oh, please, father, not again. I've always wanted to be on my own, but you and Mum said no. And now look at what you're saying. Kioma protested, feeling frustrated. I don't care anymore. You're old enough to be in your husband's house. Don't you look at the mirror. You're getting old, Kioma. Go and get married, you old woman. Chief's words stung deeply, fueling Kioma's anger. Feeling upset, Kioma stormed out, ignoring the late hour. The clash between her and her dad's wishes left her torn between independence and family expectations. As Kioma walked down the lonely road, feeling sad about the fight with her father, a masked man suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Startled, Kioma began to run and scream for help, but it was late at night, and everyone was fast asleep. Then, out of the blue, another man appeared. It was the same mad man Kioma had always given food and money to on her way to work. The madman wasted no time. He swiftly grabbed the masked man, gave him a good beating, and unmasked him. To Kioma's surprise, it was Bola, her ex-boyfriend. Kioma was stunned, but before she could react, Bola managed to escape. Thankfully, the madman stayed by Kioma's side and escorted her safely home. When Chief Obi heard what happened, he was furious with himself for not stopping his precious daughter from going out at night. The next day, Bola was arrested at the airport as he tried to flee the city. From that day forward, Kioma and the mad man became friends. As Kioma and the mad man continued to spend time together, their friendship grew stronger and stronger. They laughed and shared stories together. Soon, people in the neighborhood began to notice, and rumors started to spread like wildfire. One nosy neighbor couldn't resist gossiping and decided to tell Chief Bola about Kioma's newfound friendship. Chief Bola was furious when he heard the news. He immediately called Kioma, demanding an explanation. Kioma calmly explained to her father that she was simply showing gratitude to a kind Samaritan who had helped her in a moment of need. "Dad, I was just being kind to someone who helped me. There's nothing more to it," she reassured him, her voice filled with sincerity. After hearing Keoma's explanation, Chief Bola's anger began to subside. He realized that Keoma had acted out of kindness and compassion, just as he had taught her. With a sigh of relief, he accepted her explanation and apologized for jumping to conclusions. Keoma and the madman's friendship continued to flourish, proving that kindness knows no bounds. Determined to help her friend, Keoma spared no effort. She took the madman to the barbershop, where he received a fresh haircut, transforming his appearance. Then, she bought him new clothes, making sure he looked his best. But despite her care and efforts, the madman's mental health condition remained unchanged. Feeling desperate, Keoma took him to a mental health clinic, hoping for a miracle. However, after thorough examination, the doctors delivered heartbreaking news. There was nothing more they could do. "We've tried our best, but his condition seems beyond medical treatment," they explained sympathetically. One of the doctors suggested that Keoma seek spiritual help, hinting that the madman's ailment might have deeper roots. "It may be spiritual in nature. You should consider consulting a native doctor," the doctor advised, his tone grave. Feeling overwhelmed, Keoma grappled with this new suggestion. Despite her doubts, she knew she had to exhaust every possible avenue to help her friend. With determination in her heart, Keoma embarked on a journey to seek spiritual guidance, hoping to find a solution to her friend's plight. When Keoma arrived at the native doctor's shrine, she poured out her heart, hoping for a solution to the madman's condition. But to her surprise, the native doctor had a different message for her. "Go home, Keoma. Something unexpected will happen soon. Don't worry, your friend will be okay someday," he said reassuringly, his voice filled with mystery. Feeling disappointed and confused, Keoma left the shrine, her hopes dashed. She had been counting on the native doctor to provide herbs or remedies that would completely cure the mad man. She longed for a quick and easy solution to end his suffering. But despite the disappointment, Keoma held onto the native doctor's words, clinging to the hope that something miraculous would indeed happen to heal the madman's ailment. When Chief Obi realized his efforts to stop Keoma from seeing the mad man were in vain, he grew tired and frustrated. Finally, unable to bear it any longer, he asked Keoma to leave his house. Despite her sadness, Keoma kindly packed her belongings and left, determined to make a life of her own. Keoma found a new apartment and settled in. Soon after, the mad man began living with her, and their bond grew stronger each day. Then, to Keoma's joy and surprise, she discovered she was pregnant. Despite her excitement, she couldn't shake off the cruel words of those who mocked her, calling her a foolish girl that is pregnant for a mad man. But Keoma remained unbothered, focusing on the love and happiness she found with her husband. She refused to let the judgment of others overshadow her joy and hope for the future. 9 months later, Keoma gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. When she was discharged from the hospital and brought her newborn home, something incredible happened. The moment the madman laid eyes on his son, he underwent a miraculous transformation. Suddenly, he regained his memory and exclaimed, "I am Prince Emeka, son of the late king of the neighboring village." Keoma was utterly astonished. All this time, she had no idea her husband was a prince. Overwhelmed with joy, they embraced each other tightly, celebrating this miraculous revelation. Their hearts overflowed with happiness and wonder at the unexpected turn of events. The following day, Prince Amika opened up about his past. He shared how he was the eldest son of his late father, the king. Tragically, he lost his mother years ago. When his father passed away, he was supposed to ascend the throne as the rightful heir. However, his wicked stepmother had other plans. She wanted to make her own son the king, despite he is the rightful succession. Prince Amika revealed that they had even attempted to kill him, but their evil plots failed. In desperation, they resorted to making him appear mad, hoping to remove him from the line of succession and secure the throne for her son. Kioma was stunned. How could anyone be so cruel? She couldn't believe the lengths some people would go for power. The injustice left her speechless. She knew Prince Emeka deserved the throne, not his conniving stepbrother. Prince Emeka, determined to reclaim his rightful inheritance, marched to his father's house. When his stepmother saw him, she confessed to her crimes, admitting that she was responsible for Prince Emeka's mother's death and the king's demise. She revealed that she and her son poisoned the king when their initial attempts to end his life failed. Shocked gasps filled the room as the truth unfolded. In a sudden twist, the stepmother's guilt overwhelmed her, and she descended into madness before their eyes. Despite his stepbrother's pleas for forgiveness, Prince Emeka stood firm. He could not overlook the betrayal that had torn their family apart. With a heavy heart, he banished his stepbrother from the land, decreeing that he should never return. And so, justice prevailed, and Prince Emeka ascended to the throne as the rightful king. The people rejoiced, celebrating the restoration of their true ruler and the triumph of righteousness over deceit. When Chief Obi heard the news of Prince Emeka's transformation, he was filled with deep shame and remorse. He begged for forgiveness, acknowledging his past mistakes. But Prince Emeka, displaying remarkable compassion, reassured Chief Obi, saying, "I understand your concerns, and I hold no grudge against you. No father would want his daughter to marry a mad man." With tears of reconciliation, they embraced, letting go of past grievances. In a grand ceremony, Prince Emeka and Kioma celebrated their love with a royal wedding. Kioma was crowned as his queen, and together they ruled with kindness and wisdom. Their kingdom thrived under their benevolent reign, and they were admired by all for their love and compassion. And so, Prince Emeka and Queen Kioma lived happily ever after, their union symbolizing forgiveness, redemption, and the enduring power of love. Dear viewers, we hope you found this captivating story enjoyable. If so, we kindly ask you to consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and turning on post notifications to stay informed whenever we upload new videos. Thank you for your support, and may you be blessed abundantly.